66 million years ago, a normal spring day marked the absolute end of the dinosaurs' 165 million year reign. On that morning, giant herbivores grazed, tyrannosaurs hunted, and massive reptiles ruled the seas. It was a stable world that looked as though it would last forever. But high above, a cosmic killer was screaming out of the dark. A mountain-sized asteroid, measuring up to 15 kilometers wide, was on a direct collision course with Earth. Within 24 hours, their world would cease to exist. Traveling at an astonishing 20 kilometers per second, the space rock tore through the atmosphere in a fraction of a second, compressing the air ahead of it into a blindingly hot plasma before slamming into the shallow waters of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The impact released energy equivalent to billions of atomic bombs. The asteroid and a massive portion of the Earth's crust vanished instantly, vaporizing into a towering plume of ash and melted rock that shot straight into space. In its place, it left the massive Chicxulub crater, stretching 180 kilometers wide. Immediately after the strike, the planet transformed into an absolute furnace. Billions of tons of vaporized debris began raining back down through the atmosphere. The friction generated intense heat, turning the sky into a global broiler that cooked the Earth's surface and ignited global forest fires simultaneously. At the same time, the displacement of the ocean triggered mega tsunamis hundreds of meters high that obliterated coastlines, while unprecedented earthquakes shattered the crust worldwide. We know these terrifying details down to the very hour thanks to a miraculous fossil site in North Dakota called Tanis. When the asteroid struck thousands of miles away, seismic waves triggered an instant tidal surge in the local river system, burying the entire ecosystem in mud. Paleontologists excavating Tanis found thousands of fish perfectly preserved from that exact day. Crucially, tiny glass droplets of vaporized rock were found wedged deep inside the fish's gills. Because they were actively breathing these glass beads from the water, it proves they died within the first hour of the disaster. Microscopic analysis of their bones also confirmed the impact hit precisely during the spring, the worst possible time for new generations of wildlife. As the first day ended, the fires gave way to a nightmare of absolute darkness. A thick shroud of soot and sulfur choked the atmosphere, blocking out the sun for months. Global temperatures plummeted into a prolonged impact winter. Without sunlight, plants could not photosynthesize and died en masse. The herbivorous dinosaurs starved first, followed quickly by the carnivores that hunted them. The entire global food web collapsed, wiping out 75% of all species. Yet life found a way to endure. The ultimate survivors were small, adaptable creatures, chiefly our tiny, mouse-sized mammalian ancestors. Their small size allowed them to hide in deep underground burrows, escaping the initial heat wave. As scavengers, they survived the dark winter by feeding on seeds, roots, and decaying organic matter. When the skies finally cleared, the empty world allowed these mammals to step out of the shadows. Over millions of years, they grew, diversified, and eventually evolved into primates, and ultimately humans. If that asteroid had missed, dinosaurs would likely still rule, and humanity would never have existed. Furthermore, the dinosaurs didn't entirely vanish. The avian line survived the cataclysm, meaning every single bird flying outside your window today is a direct descendant of those ancient giants, proving that even after the worst day in Earth's history, life always finds a way to adapt and begin again.